Production funding for Uniquely Kansas City has been provided by the Miller Nichols Charitable Foundation, the J.B. Reynolds Foundation, and by Dr. Fred and Lou Hartwig, with additional support from Barnstorming Incorporated.
Kansas City. We're here at the downtown Kansas City Library, and I'm standing next to something you don't usually see at a library. This is the original bank vault door, 35 tons. And on this floor, you can check out music, DVDs, even TV shows. Oh, and speaking of music, we're about to take you to the classical side, a local ensemble who specializes in Bach, Baroque, and some contemporary pieces, who like to play in intimate settings like house concerts. They are the Bach Aria Soloists.
I've always worked a really busy schedule as a violinist, and when I was in London, I played in the London Symphony Orchestra, and I worked with two other chamber orchestras, the Chamber Orchestra of Europe and the Academy St. Martin in the Fields, and that kind of schedule, touring all the time, it was impossible to do anything of this nature. I fell in love with the repertoire first. Kind of it was a big discovery for me in finding the Bach cantatas. It's a voluminous volume of music, but within each of the cantatas there are these really gorgeous arias, and he writes as such a virtuoso for every instrument that it's not just a focus on the singer, it's an equal chamber music for all of the players involved. I just loved the music so much, I thought one day I would really love to start the ensemble that's centered around this repertoire.
Well, Bach is the most beautiful music ever written. So I love singing that music. It's so complex, it's very difficult, very challenging. It has to be in your whole body.
You might recognize Rebecca from the spring edition of Uniquely Kansas City, when the soprano was featured for her work with the Kansas City Chorale.
Gosh, this being solo work, it's freer, a freer production, meaning the chords can vibrate freely. That might translate to more vibrato than we're allowed to have in the Kansas City Chorale. Because, of course, in that group, we're trying to blend 24 voices, and a vibrato, a too free of a vibrato would stick out of the texture. You know, we need that purity of tone for the chorale that we don't need when I'm a soloist.
I kind of felt like, because I did so much touring with these different ensembles in Europe, and I played a lot in some of the best concert halls all around the world, I thought this was sort of an opportunity to take the intimate setting of homes. And that's where the chamber music, the concept of chamber music originated. All of the composers back then would have concerts in their homes, new music they were writing. They'd have their friends come over, composers come over, and have these jam sessions, in their home or in the coffee house. He had a coffee house series, which I think is so fun. I certainly know as a performer, but also as an audience member, that you get so much more out of it if you are up close. It's a Paolo Antonio Testori, so it's from the Testori family. It's actually a really well-known Italian musical instrument family from Milan, and this instrument was built in 1730. So it's kind of perfect for the music that we play, which is the Baroque period.
Another instrument perfect for playing Baroque music is the harpsichord. Stephen Casarella joined the Bach Aria Soloists as a guest harpsichordist for the Patterson House Concert. Although he grew up playing piano and organ, he has a real love for the instrument.
Here's our quick overview of the harpsichord. If you're used to seeing a piano keyboard, you'll notice that this harpsichord looks rather different. First of all, the colors of the keys are reversed. Now, one of the really interesting things about the harpsichord is that, unlike the piano, where a hammer strikes the string, on a harpsichord, a little plectrum or quill actually plucks the string. And let me pull one of these out. You heard it pluck as it came out. This is the jack, and that little white thing right there is the quill that actually plucks the string. The key pushes this up and the quill plucks the string. And then the little red piece is a damper that touches the string when the key goes back down so that the string stops ringing.
As old as the instruments are, Elizabeth sought to show the music's timelessness and versatility when she partnered with a dancer from the Parsons Dance Company in 2006.
And that was a great way for us to fuse modern dance with really old Baroque music, but showing, you know, kind of how multidimensional the music really is.
It's a group of people who are all very talented, but also who are able to listen to one another and not let their egos get in the way and be truly collaborative. And it's a great way to make music, not just playing the right notes at the right time, but in a sense of friendship with those with whom we're making music.